Hello, I'm Jamie, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a sausage, egg, and cheese at home. So you're going to need to get your ingredients out. The pork sausage, I have the Jones pork sausage, but you can get any other one at the grocery store. An egg, a piece of cheese, and I picked a bagel to put it on, but you could put it on anything else that you would want to. Bread, an English muffin. To make the sausage, egg, and cheese, we're also going to need 2 pans. So I have 2 right here, one for the egg and one for the sausage that you're going to melt the cheese on top of. And then you're going to need a spray for the pan. I use this PAM olive oil spray. I'm going to spray each pan a little bit. All right. So now we're gonna go to the pan that I'm using for my sausage, that I'm also gonna melt my cheese on. We're gonna go over to the heat on the stove, and the one that it's above, we're gonna set to medium. I'm gonna preheat it for just about a minute. I'll come back in a minute. So now that it's been a minute, I'm gonna get my sausage out and grab a spatula, something to flip it with. You can use probably not a fork, maybe some other tool, but I'm gonna put it down and we're gonna let it sit. We're gonna heat this for 4 to 5 minutes. And when it starts to heat on one side, I'm gonna keep flipping it so you can heat it all around. Here's me flipping the sausage. It's starting to cook on both sides. Meanwhile, while this is going on, I'm gonna grab another, not utensil, this is not a spatula, but it's something I can pop the yolk of an egg with, because while this is cooking, we're gonna start to make our egg. Now I'm gonna take my egg, and go right here, and just gonna break the egg on the side of this. So, break the egg, open up. Now put my egg in here and throw the egg shell away now. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my second tool. I'm gonna pop the yolk of my egg. You don't have to pop it. It's just the way I like my egg. I don't like it super, thick with the yolk. So you can do it either way, but I just prefer my egg like this. And also, I probably should have done this before. Set this the heat on this to medium. And now the yolk and the egg are gonna cook. While this is going on still, I'm gonna keep flipping this around. It's starting to get nice. And so now I'm gonna take my cheese, my piece of cheese. Might be a little too big, so I'm gonna break it in half. I've now got my cheese down to the size that I want, so I'm gonna put the cheese on top. The cheese is gonna start to melt onto my sausage. So, really like when you see the cheese melts onto my sausage. That's the way I like my sausage. And the egg is still in process. While we have all of this going on, I'm gonna take my bagel right here, and I'm gonna break it in half, throw it in the toaster so it's ready for when these 2 are done. Now both of these are now put in the toaster. I'm gonna plug the toaster in. It's not gonna work unless you plug it in. And pull it down. And say just about a little under 5 is the heat I like for the time that it's left in there. It's nice. At this point, I've now shut my heat off for the sausage. I'm just gonna let it sit there for a minute or 2 and sizzle. My egg is now starting to cook. So this is not a spatula, so it's not gonna flip it as well, but I've already used my spatula. This is why I would suggest use a spatula. Now I'm gonna flip my egg. So it's gonna start cooking on the other side now. Looks good though. So now after my sausage has sit here for a minute, I'm gonna take it off the pan. and put it onto my plate right here. And now I'm just waiting for the egg to cook fully. My bagel has just popped. So now I can take my bagel, unplug the toaster. I can take each part of the bagel out. And I can put it on the plate. So now I have 2 out of the 3 ingredients. Well, 2 of them are combined. Basically out of the 4 ingredients on my plate. And now I'm just waiting on the egg. I've now flipped my egg around a couple times. Kind of a struggle, a little bit, because of what I'm using. Again, this is why I would recommend using a spatula. But you know, what you have, you gotta make it work. At this point, I've turned the heat off on my pan for the egg. It's a little burnt, but that's kind of how I like my eggs. I don't really like them super white. I don't know, just not a super big fan of it. Tastes a little like yucky to me. So we're gonna let this sit for just about 30 seconds to another minute. And we're gonna take this off. Probably cut it in half because it's a little big compared to the rest of what I have. And we're gonna toss it with the other ingredients and put it on the bagel and try it out. Now that I've let my eggs sit and simmer around, I'm gonna take it off and put it on my plate. Now I'm gonna cut it up with a knife because I think it's definitely a little too big in comparison to my other ingredients. Just cut it up a little bit. This knife might not work. I'm gonna grab another one. Now we're getting to the easiest part of making your homemade sausage, egg, and cheese. What you're gonna do is take the sausage, put it on top of the bagel, egg on top of the sausage. You could put the sausage after the egg, but I just prefer it this way. We're gonna toss this on, and there you go, there you have it. So we're gonna try it, and I'll let you know how it tastes. It tastes very good.